What we're doing is trying to respond in a balanced and a proportionate way to the arrival of the Omicron variant, and we're focusing particularly on transport, on travel. So tough measures for anybody who comes into this country, very tough measures for people who come in. Some rules about self-isolation if you come into contact with somebody who has Omicron, and some toughening of the rules on masks. But otherwise, we want people to continue as they are. The most important thing you can do under all circumstances is get your booster when you're eligible. So we're doing all the over 40s now. I've just had mine. My date was due today, and we've done 18.6 million booster jabs in this country. So we're building ever higher the wall of protection. Whatever Omicron may or may not be able to do, it certainly will not negate the overall value of the boosters. So everybody should get your booster as soon as you're called forward. We're buying more Pfizer, more Moderna, another 114 million doses that we're buying, and everybody over 18 will be offered a booster by the end of January.
So, okay to snog this Christmas. Are you holding a Christmas party? Will you go ahead with it?
We are getting on. We had events the whole time. We had an event for Hanukkah. We turned the Christmas lights on. We do all sorts of things in number 10, and in accordance with the rules as you would expect. And what I want to say to people is, please, we've got to take a balanced and a proportionate approach to this. We've taken some particular measures that are designed to tackle the risk that we see from Omicron, and that's it. And that, I think, is the responsible thing to do. But under all circumstances, what you need to do is get your booster.
Do you understand why people are confused?
All I'm saying is people need to get their boosters.
Okay, just about parties. There's obviously been a lot of news about last year's parties, and I just want to ask you, you've said no rules were broken, which is fine. Why don't you just make this story go away and tell us what happened?
Because I've told you, and what I want to repeat, that the guidance is there, and I'm very, very keen that people understand this. We don't want people to feel that they need to start cancelling things, to start. You talk about kids in nativity plays and that kind of thing. I don't think there's any need to stop that at all. And I want, as I've said many times before, I think we're taking a balanced and proportionate approach to the risk. But I want, and I believe, that Christmas this year will be considerably better than Christmas last year.
That didn't address the question, but anyway, I know you want to talk about this quickly. What are you doing to help people affected by Storm Arwen?
Yes, so on Storm Arwen, and first of all, I want to say how desperate it must have been for people, must still be for people to be out of power for so long. What we're doing is sending the army to, we've got about 134 troops up in the Grampian region of Scotland, to help with about 3,000 homes that have got power outages. Every day we're reducing the numbers of people who have the outages, but a lot of people have been out of power for a long time. It was a very, very big storm. We're doing everything we can to help people. I think there were about 19,000 homes without this morning, where we've got that down to about 16,000. That's no consolation to the 16,000 who are still suffering, but we're working flat out to help you.
Prime Minister, thank you.
The Prime Minister there reinforcing the message that if you want to continue as normal this festive period, that the vaccination programme and getting your booster jab is the best line of defence. In other news today, the sex trafficking trial of Ghislaine Maxwell has resumed in New York. It is day 4. Photos used as evidence have been released. They show the luxury island that Jeffrey Epstein owned and where some of the alleged abuse was alleged to have taken place. Yesterday, the court was hearing from one woman who says Ghislaine Maxwell groomed her at the age of 14 to be sexually abused by the paedophile Jeffrey Epstein. She's the first of 4 women set to testify in this trial. Maxwell denies all the charges against her. Let's get more. Our correspondent Joe Pike is in New York following the trial for us. And Joe, proceedings have got underway on day 4. Tell us what's happened so far.
Well, just before they began, Sarah Jane, Ghislaine Maxwell was seen in court talking to her brother Kevin and sister Isabel. Today she's wearing